the value of limit cos x upon 2, cos x upon 4, and the next will be cos x upon 8, and so on, cos x divided by 2 raised to n as n tends to infinity. Here there are 4 options are there. Now student, when you observe these angles now, x upon 2, x upon 4, and so on, x upon 2 raised to n. Now let us assume that x divided by 2 raised to n is equal to a. Assume that x upon 2 raised to n equal to a. So then what is this expression? It is cos a, first one, x upon 2 is cos a, and the next one is what? Cos 2a, and the next one is cos 3a, and so on. The last one is what? Cos n a you are getting here. That is cos a, cos 2a, cos 3a, and so on. You will be getting this one. Now here when you observe these things now, cos a means what? 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, and here the last one is coming what? 2 raised to n into a. Okay, so it is equal to, this expression is equal to sine of 2 raised to n into a and divided by 2 raised to n and into sine a. Let me explain this once again, students. Now let us take x divided by 2 raised to n equal to a. Then this expression is what? Cos a, because n value is equal to 1. Cos 2a, that is n value equal to 2. Cos 4a, and so on, cos 2 raised to n into a. Now this expression is equal to sine of 2 raised to n into a divided by 2 raised to n into a. So therefore L means what? Limit is equal to limit of sine of 2 raised to n into a divided by 2 raised to n into sine a as n tends to what? N tends to infinity. Now let me replace the value of a here. That's equal to limit of sine 2 raised to n into a. What is a value? X divided by 2 raised to n and divided by 2 raised to n and into sine a. Sine a is what here? X divided by 2 raised to n as n tends to what? N tends to infinity. Now this 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n get cancelled. That's equal to limit of, in the numerator we are left with sine x divided by, here this expression, write 2 raised to n as it is, sine of x divided by 2 raised to n. What is required for us here? X divided by 2 raised to n into x divided by 2 raised to n. Means multiply and divided by x upon 2 raised to n as n tends to what? N tends to infinity. Now student, this 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n term get cancelled. That's equal to numerator value is sine x divided by, it is just like sine theta upon theta as theta tends to 0 means 1, because as n tends to infinity 1 upon 2 raised to n tends to 0. So sine theta upon theta form, which is 1, and into x. So that's equal to sine x divided by x. The second option is the answer. So here you are taking x divided by 2 raised to n equal to a. Then the given expression becomes what? Cos a, cos 2a, cos 4a, and so on, cos 2 raised to n into a. Now this expression is one of the standard result, sine of 2 raised to n into a divided by 2 raised to n into sine a. So with this, the given limit reduces to L equal to sine of 2 raised to n into a divided by 2 raised to n into a. Now let me replace the value of a. What is a value? X upon 2 raised to n. Similarly here, 2 raised to n into sine a means sine of x upon 2 raised to n. Here this 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n get cancelled because it is sine of 2 raised to n into a is there. So that is 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n get cancelled. In the numerator, we are left with sine x divided by, in the denominator, 2 raised to n into sine of x divided by 2 raised to n. To reduce to the standard form, the same angle is required in the denominator, that is x upon 2 raised to n into x upon 2 raised to n. Now this 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n get cancelled. And as n tends to infinity, what is 1 upon 2 raised to n? It is 0. So it is just like sine theta upon theta as theta tends to 0. So this value is 1 and into x. So that is sine x upon x is the second option, is the answer. So it is one of the standard example. The same question, even instead of this one, can be asked in terms of sine also. Okay, the same result can be asked. The next question here, if x is a greatest integer, then limit of greatest integer 1 square into x and plus greatest integer 2 square into x and plus greatest integer 3 square into x plus and so on up to plus greatest integer n square into x and divided by n cube as n tends to infinity. N tends to infinity. The first option is x divided by 2 and the second option is x divided by 3 and the third option is x divided by 6 and the last one is 0. And what is this expression here? It is greatest integer. Student, just observe the term here. 1 square into x, 2 square into x, 3 square into x, plus and so on plus n square and into x is there. The same one, can you write in this way? That is limit of sigma greatest integer r square into x r from 1 to n and as n tends to infinity and divided by here, divided by n cube. See now, numerator you are replacing the by 1 square, 2 square, 3 square and so on r square. That means greatest integer r square into x r from 1 to n and upon n cube as n tends to infinity. Student, here I will be like giving one expression here. Say 3.2 minus greatest integer 3.2 equal to how much? It is 3.2 minus 3 is equal to how much? 0.2. Say 3.9 minus greatest integer 3.9 is equal to 3.9 minus 3 equal to how much here? 0.9. Say greatest integer 4.7 minus greatest integer 4.7 is equal to 4.7 minus 4 is equal to how much here? 0.7. Just observe this now. These are the values of x, 3.2, 3.9 and 4.7. And here the same one I have taken in terms of the greatest integer. And what is the outcome here? You are getting the fractional numbers 0.2, 0.9, 0.7 and 9. So what you can write here? It is x value. It is minus greatest integer x. Is it equal to the fractional part of x? And this value is always less than 1. That is x minus its integral part. That is integer minus its integral part is always equal to fractional part. So by means of this, what you can write here? The greatest integer x is equal to x minus its fractional part. So that is this limit is coming to its x minus its integral part is equal to fractional part. Transform this one to RHS. What is greatest integer x? X minus its fractional part. So that is limit of sigma. The same one can be written as r square into x minus fractional power r square into x r from 1 to n and divided by n cube as n tends to infinity. Is it clear this step, students? This is r square into x by using this result. X minus its fractional part. R square into x minus r square. That's equal to limit of. Now in the first one, x is constant. Then sigma r square, r from 1 to n, and minus x into sigma r square. That means you cannot take out this one. This is a number that is x fractional part r square into x divided by n cube, and here also divided by n cube as n tends to what? N tends to infinity. That's equal to this x. Now what is sigma r square value? Sigma r square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6 and divided by how much here? Divided by n cube. Next minus, straight away this expression is 0 because limit of an as n tends to infinity is equal to 0 if a value is less than 1. Now this expression is less than 1, so therefore its limit is equal to 0. Now we are left with only the first part now, that is limit of x into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. That's equal to, now limit of x as it is, n from the bracket n 1 plus 1 upon n, and here 2 into the bracket 1 plus 2 upon n divided by 6 n cube, as n tends to what? N tends to infinity. N and here from this n get cancelled. So n and n cube get cancelled. That is equal to, we are left with x into the bracket 1 plus 0 into 2 plus 0 divided by 6 equal to how much? X divided by 3. So that is x upon 3, second option. Only the point to remember is here, greatest integer x equal to x minus x integral part. So then you are getting here r square into x minus fractional power r square x. Here you use sigma r square value. What is sigma r square? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. And this term will be equal to 0 because limit of an as n tends to infinity equal to 0 if the value of a is less than 1. So the same question can be asked in terms of 1x, 2x, 3x and so on n into x. And that is in the denominator n square will be there. And 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube and so on n cube. And in the denominator n is 2. Same question with 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 1, 2, 3 and 1 cube, 2 cube and on can be asked. Now limit of log 1 plus 2h minus 2 into log of 1 plus h divided by h square as h tends to 0 is, the first option is 1, second option minus 1, third option 0, and the last one does not exist. Students, as it is here, h 0, even numerator this is 0, log 1 is 0, 0 minus 0 will be 0. So then as it is a 0 divided by 0 form, now let me make use of the L'Hopital rule, LHR, that is limit of what is the derivative of log of 1 plus 2h? It is 1 upon 1 plus 2h and into derivative of 1 plus 2h is given by, that is 2. Derivative of log of 1 plus 2h equal to 1 upon 1 plus 2h into derivative of 1 plus 2h is 2. Next minus 2 is constant here. What is the derivative of log of 1 plus h? 1 upon 1 plus h into derivative of 1 plus h 1 and divided by derivative of h square is 2h as h tends to what? H tends to 0. That is equal to limit of. Now here 2 is common in both numerator and denominator, we shall cancel it. That is 1 divided by 1 plus 2h minus 1 divided by 1 plus h divided by h as h tends to 0. Now what we shall do now? Let me take LCM here. By taking LCM you can cancel h. That's equal to limit of 1 into 1 plus h is 1 plus h. Next minus 1 into 1 plus 2h is minus 1 minus 2h divided by h into 1 plus h into 1 plus 2h as h tends to what? H tends to 0. Here plus 1 and minus 1 get cancelled. So that's equal to limit of h minus 2h means what? Minus h divided by h into the bracket 1 plus h into 1 plus 2h as h tends to 0. Now this h and h get cancelled. Now wherever h is there, put h equal to 0. Minus 1 divided by 1 plus 0 and into 1 plus 2 into 0 is equal to how much here? Minus 1 is the answer. That is the second option is the answer. Understood? First you have differentiated, second differentiation and derivative of h square is 2h, 2 is common, cancel it, and afterwards just simplify the term and cancel h. After cancelling h, the indeterminate form is eliminated, then you can substitute the limit. limit of tan of pi by 4 plus x and raised to 1 upon x as x tends to 0 is the first option is 1, second option minus 1, third option e square, and the next one that is e. Tan pi by 4 plus x raised to 1 upon x as x tends to 0. Student, what is tan of pi by 4x? Tan of pi by 4 plus x equal to, is it 1 plus tan x divided by 1 minus tan x and raised to 1 upon x as x tends to 0. You can solve it by the two different methods. One, raised to tan x upon x into tan x you can solve. This is one method. And another method is f of x raised to g of x. What is f of x raised to g of x? That is e raised to limit of g of x, that is 1 upon x into the bracket 1 plus tan x divided by 1 minus tan x and minus 1 as x tends to 0. Did you understand this step? F of x raised to g of x means e raised to limit of g of x into the bracket f of x and minus 1. That's equal to e raised to limit of 1 divided by x into the bracket. Now let me simplify this now. 1 plus tan x minus 1 into this term, minus 1 plus tan x and divided by it is 1 minus tan x as x tends to what? X tends to 0. Now let me simplify this expression now. Plus 1 and minus 1 get cancelled. So that is equal to e raised to limit of what is tan x plus tan x? It is 2 times of tan x into 1 upon x, there I write it as upon x, and into 1 divided by 1 minus tan x as x tends to what? X tends to 0. See here. 1 and 1 get cancelled. Tan x plus tan x is 2 times of tan x upon x, into 1 upon x, you are writing it as upon x into 1 upon 1 minus tan x. That's equal to e raised to, now this is 2, tan x upon x as x tends to 0 is 1 into 1 upon 1 minus 0 equal to how much? E square. So that is e square is the answer. So you are using here tan of pi by 4 plus x is 1 plus tan x divided by 1 minus tan. Then use the result f of x raised to g of x. What is f of x raised to g of x? E raised to limit of g of x into the bracket f of x minus 1. Okay, then simplify the term. Limit of tan of greatest integer e square and into x square minus tan of greatest integer minus e square and into x square divided by it is x sin square x as x tends to 0. Okay, so this limit is equal to, the first option is 0, second option is 8, third option is 15, and the last one, that is none of these. Okay, tan of greatest integer e square into x square minus tan of greatest integer minus e square into x square. Student, what is e value? E, that is 2 point, that means 2.71 is the approximate value, e equal to 2.713, or you can say that 2 is less than e and e is less than 3. Okay, so now the e square, when you consider 7 is less than e square and e square is less than 8. That means the value of e square lies in between there to where 7 and 8. So therefore greatest integer e square, that means it is less than 8. So that means with this L equal to limit of tan of now let me substitute this value now. E square. What is E square? It is an integer less than 8. What is the integer less than 8? It is 7 and into x square. So 7 into x square. I hope we understood this step now. E square is nothing but less than 8 integer, that is 7 into x square, minus tan of. Now E square, once again, it is minus E square is there. Minus E square means what? Less than minus 8. Less than minus 8. What is the integer here? It is minus 7. It is minus 8 and the next one is minus 9 is there. So integer less than 8, minus 8, you are taking minus 8. What is the integer less than minus 8? Integer less than minus 8 is given by how much it is? That is 8 and into x square and divided by it is sine square x square. Sine of minus 8 into x square. See, minus e square. If you take 7 is less than e square and e square is less than 8 is there. Minus e square means what? That is minus 8. Less than minus 8 integer you are taken. That is minus 7. So that is minus 8. As extends to what? Extends to 0. That's equal to limit of. It is tan of 7x square divided by 7x square, then into 7, minus into minus plus, tan of 8x square divided by 8x square into 8 and into x square. Did you understand? 7x square upon 7x square, 7 into x square, tan 8x square upon 8x square into 8x square divided by sine square x square upon x square and into x square. As extends to what? Extends to 0. Now this x square and x square now get cancelled. It's equal to 1 into 7 plus 1 into 8 divided by 1 equal to how much? That is 15 is the answer. So the option for this one is given what? That is 15. I hope you understood this expression. Limit of sine pi into x and into the bracket a minus n into nx minus tan x divided by x square as extends to infinity is equal to 0. The value of this limit is equal to 0, where n is non-negative, non-zero, positive integer. What is n value here? N is non-zero positive integer. Then limit of this expression is first option, then a equal to, we are going to calculate the value of a, then a equals the first option, it is n plus 1 divided by n, the second option n square, and the third option is 1 by n, and the next one is n plus 1 divided by n. Means the value of this limit is equal to 0. If it is 0, if the limit is 0, means here instead of calculating the limit, the value of the limit is given. What is the value of the limit? It is 0. So if the limit is 0, then what is the unknown a value here? That is. Now we will try to simplify the expression one by one now. Limit of sine pi into x divided by what is required here? Pi into x and into pi into x, means I am reducing to the standard form. Sin pi into x upon pi into x into pi into x into the bracket. Next here, a minus n into x minus tan x upon x square. This limit equal to 0 as n tends to infinity. What I have done in the first step, multiply and divided by x. Now this x and x square term get cancelled. So that is limit of. Now what is the value of this expression now? It is 1 and into pi. Okay. Next into the bracket, a minus n into x divided by x and minus tan x upon x as n tends to infinity. This limit must be equal to 0. Understood, step? I have replaced the value of this limit, that is 1 into pi into the bracket a minus n into n x divided by x, because one of the x is getting cancelled here, minus tan x divided by x. Now what happens here? This x and x once again get cancelled. So that is pi into the bracket a minus n into n minus 1 must be equal to 0. Transform this pi to RHS, that is a into n minus n square minus 1 equal to 0, or 0 divided by pi, right? That's equal to 0. Or what is an value? An equal to n square plus n. So this implies a equal to 1, that is n plus 1 divided by n. So the value of a equal to n plus 1 upon n. Which option here? That is the last one. That's just simple questions. Limit of a raised to x plus b raised to x plus c raised to x upon 3 raised to 2 divided by x as extends to 0 is, the value of this limit is given by, the first option is 0 and the second option is a, b, c raised to 2 by 3, where a comma b comma c greater than 0, and the third option is a, b, c, and the last option is given by root of a, b, c. A raised to x plus b raised to x plus c raised to x divided by 3 raised to 2 upon x as extends to 0 is there. So what result we shall use here? F of x raised to g of x. What is f of x raised to g of x here? E raised to limit of g of x means 2 divided by x into the bracket. F of x means a raised to x plus b raised to x plus c raised to x upon 3 and minus 1 as extends to 0. F of x and g of x means e raised to g of x into the bracket f of x and minus 1. That is equal to e raised to limit of 2 divided by x into the bracket. It is a raised to x plus b raised to x plus c raised to x and minus 3 divided by 3 as extends to what? Extends to 0, or that is equal to e raised to limit of the next very important step here. I am combining 2 upon 3 into the bracket. Now a raised to x and minus 1 plus b raised to x and minus 1 plus c raised to x and minus 1 and divided by x as extends to 0. Students, listen once again. This 2 and 3 constant I am taking outside. Then minus 3 is here. I am splitting this minus 3 as a raised to x minus 1 plus b raised to x minus 1 plus c raised to x minus 1 divided by this x as extends to 0. That's equal to e raised to this 2 by 3 is constant into the bracket. Now what is a standard result? A raised to x minus 1 upon x means what? It is log a to the base e plus log b to the base e plus log c to the base e. That's equal to e raised to log a b c raised to 2 upon 3 to the base e. Understood this, sir? Log m plus log n is log m into n. So log a b c raised to 2 by 3 to the base e. Now what is e raised to log x to the base e? It is x itself. That means a b c raised to 2 by 3. Let me clarify once again here. F of x raised to g of x means g of x e raised to limit of g of x into f of x minus 1. Take LCM. It comes to minus 3 now. Split this minus 3 as minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Now combine this constant term, then upon x. Then use the standard result now. A raised to x minus 1 upon x is log a to the base e. B raised to x minus 1 upon x is log b to the base e. C raised to x minus 1 means log c to the base e. So log m plus log n means what? Log m into n means e b c. This power will comes to this one, raised to 2 by 3. Now log e raised to log x to the base is nothing but x itself. That is a b c raised to 2 by 3. So that is the second option is the answer. We will take one more example or enough? Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.